Hey, Shalom. Giving all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations unto the elect of the nation of Israel. This is to all part Yah from the Providence, Rhode Island camp. And I'm going to open up this lesson with Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 16, verse 24. It reads, "For the creature that serveth thee, who art the maker, increaseth the strength against the unrighteous for their punishment, and abateth his strength for the benefit of such as put their trust in thee." And this scripture right here shows the mercy Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi has on those that put their trust in him. See, the thing that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi had created, it works in a perfect balance. As we just read, it does what it has to do to punish those that are ungodly in harshness, right? But then it's not as harsh and doesn't consume those that put their trust in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi. So let's go into another scripture here. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 17 and verse 5, it reads, "Thus saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi, cursed be the man that trusteth in man, and maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart departed from the Lord." So right here we're reading how those that trust in men, they are cursed. They're the ones that are going to be suffering from those things Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi created in the earth. When they bring upon the assignment that was given to them onto those that are unrighteous, that are unruly, those that are walking without the Most High. It's something that we have to consider day in and day out when we walk in this earth. And I say we, I'm talking about the believers. We are walking in a place where death surrounds us, and we're just literally getting through our days because Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi has a hedge around us. There's people dying every single day, every single second, just like there's people being born. But the fact that we're still here, breathing, calling upon the Lord's name, all right, and not only just calling upon his name, but putting our trust in him, that shows the amount of mercy that we've been given. Okay, it says that people out here are trusting in men and making flesh their arm, meaning they're putting their might, they're putting their strength. My bad, got caught up. That men out here putting their trust, giving all their giving a trust fall to man, when we're supposed to get that trust fall to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi. Okay? Verse 6 says, "For he shall be like the heath in the desert, and shall not see when the good cometh, but shall inhabit the parched places in the wilderness, in the salt land, and not inhabit it." AKA, nothing but corruption, nothing but moth and worms would be consuming those that are not trusting in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi, but trusting in man. You see, all the elements of there's a series, they call it 1,000 Ways to Die. Then they televised it for a period of time. I don't know if they still do, but there's way more than 1,000 ways to die. That's just the amount of time. That's just the number that man done put on the amount of ways Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi is executing judgment. But it's through the roof. There is no putting a number to it. You see, people out here just dying simply based off of the food that they're eating, the water that they're drinking, or the juice that they're drinking. You see, the elect are essentially, they're eating and drinking the same thing. Of course, not going into eating abominable things, but things like chicken, steak, lamb, all right, things like water, things like the fruits and stuff like that, all right, they have been defiled. So essentially, those things are still hurting people. Those things are causing people's blood pressure to rise. Some people can't eat meat because of the effects that it has on their body. But the elect, they're eating their bread defiled among the Gentiles, still being taken care of. So it's one of those things that we have to constantly meditate, remind ourselves of. So verse 7 reads, "Blessed is the man that trusteth in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi, whose hope the Lord is. For he shall be as a tree planted by the waters, and that spreadeth out her roots by the river, and shall not see when the heat cometh, but her leaves shall be green, and shall not be careful in the year of drought, and neither shall cease from yielding fruit. In other words, those that have their trust in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, they're unmovable in spirit, in faith. Give me a quick second. Pull another scripture out here. This is Sirach chapter 4, Ecclesiasticus chapter 4, verse 28. Strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee. So the truth is something that's sent from on high, from the throne, that's in the heavens, by Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. And really, what it comes down to is that truth goes back to our faith. So our faith, as long as we striving for our faith that was given to us by Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, the Lord's gonna fight for us. You see, he's gonna make sure that we're not taken over by the same things that people in this world are taken over by. Hence why those that trust in the Lord shall be blessed, as opposed to those that trust in man shall be cursed. Okay, I'm gonna grab another scripture right here. Grab one more scripture. I believe it's I think it's Isaiah 66. No, it's not Isaiah 66. It's Isaiah 65. All right, because we are approaching times in which the society that we're living in right now is going to collapse, and people are not going to be in a good case. People are going to be begging for thirst, for hunger. They're going to be begging for comfort, but they're not going to be able to receive it because they refuse to trust in the Lord before the evil days really ramped up. Because yes, we are in evil times where people are dying, getting bombed, and people getting robbed and killed, whatever. But it's not as severe or as crucial as it's going to get, as it's going to. We are not in as crucial times that we read about in the scriptures and warn you people about. This is Isaiah 65 and verse 13. Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, behold, my servants shall eat, those that trust in the Lord, but ye shall be hungry, those that don't trust in the Lord, those that are ungodly, those that are unrighteous. Right? Behold, my servants shall drink, which are those that trust in the Lord, but ye shall be thirsty. That's something that pertains to those that don't. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, which are those that trust in the Lord, but ye shall be ashamed, which applies to those that don't trust in the Lord. It says, behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. So what we're going to end up really witnessing are people just mourning and sighing and crying for the things Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is doing to them. And they're not going to be protected. They're going to be, let me see here, right here, Psalms 34. See, they're not going to be protected. They're not going to have the angel of the Lord encamping around about them, because they didn't choose the Lord while he may have been found. Psalms 34 and 7, the angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear and deliver them. So, continuing on, verse 8, it says, O taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the man that trusteth in him. All right, and then that's just the point, man. We have to trust in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua regardless of the situation that we're in. There are things that are being done to us, brethren, sisters, the sisters as well. There's things that are being done for our faith to get tried, essentially for us to trust the Lord even more. But as we know, as the scripture says, it says really that the elect are in the hands of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, and no man's able to pluck them out. So if you're up the Lord's elect, you're going to be given that trust, that spirit to trust in him. But if you're not, you're going to be given that spirit to trust in man and make flesh your arm. All right, as opposed to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, your arm, your strength. But I'm going to wrap it up there. Just wanted to go into a brief lesson. The Lord willing, this was edifying. I want to give all honor, all glory, and praises to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Makakwadash. Shalom.